Moving on to critical aspects of the challenge, after this crisis, surely they will have issues rebuilding trust in Malaysia Airlines. This crisis has changed people's perceptions of this airline company, which used to be Malaysia's number one choice for traveling. Some of the airline's passengers have been expressing their disappointment and anger on social media about this recent change. For instance, a passenger posted that instead of hot meals, there are served packaged food such as bread and biscuits on international flights. It could influence others to think that the service provided by Malaysia Airlines is not the same as it used to be, making them lose trust in the business. Furthermore, they have to deal with damage to their reputation. Their reputations have undoubtedly been impacted by this crisis. This could lead to the loss of investors, collaborators, and clients. Not only that, reputational damage typically results in lower sales and revenue if other providers are available. Had Malaysia Airlines been a monopoly, the loss of reputation would bring minimal damage as people will have no choice rather than using the airline.
Hey there people, so we have come all the way to the next point, I could say, which are the contributing factors of the challenge faced by Malaysia Airlines. In this case, there are 4 factors that I thought contributes to the challenge that Mas had faced, which are the contract between Mas and Brahims, disagreement on buying shares from Brahims, the late announcement from Mas about their condition to the customers, and expectations from the customers, which are the passengers. Okay, now I will be interpreting the first factor of the contract between Mas and Brahims. In the latest 3-year contract that both have mutually signed, Brahims had signed all 12 of the termination clauses in the new 3-year contract, except for the termination for convenience clause. As claimed by the CEO of Brahims, Muhammad Fadli Abdul Rahman, Mas had inserted the termination for convenience clause, where the clause works like this, that without any valid reason and only 1 month notice, a party can end the contract out of the blue. Hence, to explain more, it was the Mas Act that came into effect in 2015 due to Mas going on restructuring exercise or strategy in order to protect them as they were doing badly at the time. However, as of August 31, 2023, the 26-year partnership Malaysia Airlines Berhad had with Brahims Food Services Sdn Berhad (BFS) has come to the end, which both parties have agreed. Secondly, the disagreement about buying shares from Brahims. As of June 2023, both parties own respectively their shares, with 70% shares is Brahims and the other 30% being Mas. For your information, Brahims has asked Mas to buy their 70% shares, as they knew that Mas had always been eager to manage their own catering and for them to have full control of the catering firm. However, it did not happen. Why? Fadli once again claimed that Mas or Malaysia Airlines had only offered to buy it for 50 million ringgit Malaysia, and he could not agree to the amount stated. This is due to the event that they bought Mas Catering Sdn Berhad in 2003 with the sum of 170 million ringgit Malaysian. Thirdly, the late announcement from Malaysia Airlines about the condition to the customers. Mas had their announcement to the customers just a day before their contract with Brahims ended. On the contrary, should they have taken it into more consideration and attention, like making the announcement or notice 2 or 3 weeks earlier, it is for sure that the customers of the airlines could be more understanding to them regarding the issue. Last but not least, the expectations from the customers or passengers of the flights. For decades, Malaysia Airlines has provided such good and hot meals to all the passengers throughout the destination. And for once, since the contract has ended, they provide the passengers of both domestic and international flights with packaged goods, consisting of an apple, a small bottle of water, a few baked goods, and a packet of salted peanut. This has caused such a stir within the passengers as their expectations were unattainable. Now, we will be moving on to the last part, which is the impacts that have taken a toll on Malaysia Airlines or MAS. There are two impacts that I will be stating, which are: first, the disappointments from the expectations of the passengers, and second, the plummeted business of Malaysia Airlines. Immediately, the disappointment from the expectations of the passengers. As one of the loyal customers of Malaysia Airlines myself, upon hearing the news, I was a bit disappointed and worried at the same time. Disappointed that MAS did not make a thorough strategies or inspections before serving their customers their usual in-flight meals, where it was supposed to be heavy meals, especially those on long-hour flights. For instance, my own friend was on her way back to college the early September 2023. She was on a domestic flight and it took her 2 hours and a half to get from the Federal Territory of Labuan to Kuala Lumpur. Usually, flights that take 2 hours and above will be served heavy meals. As the in-flight meals, however, she was served only with baked goods and others like what I have mentioned before. And luckily, when I was going back to college the early October 2023, I was served heavy meals and the usual in-flight meals, just like before when the in-flight meals were conducted by Brahims. Whereas for the latter impact is the plummeted business of Malaysia Airlines. Since the news broke out, the business of MAS has plummeted quite a bit, where of course the customers have decreased as they do not want to pay for what they do not get. The customers might be trying out other airlines like AirAsia where they could get their money worth. After all, there are impacts to all consequences that are being met.
It seems MAS has taken a few initiatives to handle the crisis. First of all, Malaysia Airlines apologizes to passengers and asks for their understanding as it faces difficulties on the first day of the safe catering switch. In addition, they released a statement announcing beginning on September 1, MAS will be utilizing safe catering for a few routes, which it had carefully planned by sourcing pre-packaged goods and food and beverage F&B supplies from a number of vendors, including its launch operator MAS Awana. Additionally, MAG announced that Aero Direct Services, its ground handling company, will oversee the in-flight meal uplift procedure on board the aircraft. To the end, a makeshift distribution center has been established in KLIA. Meanwhile, Post Aviation Sendirian Berhad, its current in-flight caterer, will carry on operating the remaining routes. Even though the initiative taken by MAS are good, we still think that they can do better. First and foremost, MAS should look for a new catering in advance and sign a contract before the current contract expires in order for the management to run smoothly. It would assist the business in avoiding any negative feedback from clients, as occurred in the previous few months when packaged foods like bread and biscuits were served on international flights. Not only that, MAS should communicate with its customers in advance, be it on their website or app. They can inform the passengers about the catering issue or let them know that there will be no food provided on the flight so they can prepare foods and drinks beforehand. Alternatively, they can provide vouchers to claim the takeaway meals at the terminal.